With the 6th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, the Giants drafted Daniel Jones, the quarterback out of Duke. And what follows has been like mass hysteria. It's been really, really fascinating. You know, the one thing I learned this weekend is that if I ever do local sports radio, my dream, I would have a blast doing local radio in New York. It'd be fun. I mean, that fan base is wild, angry, and awesome. I mean, they are just a really, really blast of a group. In fact, I want you to, people, because I know people count this. If you want to have fun with this topic, you can count how many times I'm about to say Daniel Jones. It's a thing I do. I don't mean to, but I like to be very clear. Here's what's really, really weird to me. Everybody said the Giants needed to draft a quarterback. Everybody said the Giants must draft a quarterback. And then the Giants did draft a quarterback, and everybody hates the quarterback they drafted. It's very silly to me. People still got mad at them, basically, no matter what they were going to do. I like this pick. I really like the Giants drafting Daniel Jones, 6th overall. He's a good quarterback. Watch my film analysis video of him. It's a long video. I break down everything he does. He makes great decisions. He's accurate. I mean, I don't know what else you need. Like, hello, he's a good quarterback. He can play. I don't know why people are so hard on him. Now, people are mad for 2 reasons. There are 2 reasons why Giants fans are really mad about the Giants drafting Daniel Jones. The first thing is the fact that they drafted him 6th overall. Everyone's like, they drafted him too early. And they're also mad that the Giants drafted Daniel Jones instead of Dwayne Haskins, the kid from Ohio State. Okay, I'll be honest. Look, I didn't expect them to draft Daniel Jones 6th overall. I thought they were going to pick him 17th overall rather than 6th. But I want you to think about this. I really think this is important. If you love a quarterback, you cannot wait. You can't wait on a guy hoping they'll be around later in the draft. That is not how it works, and that is not a good philosophy behind the draft. If you love a quarterback, you gotta pick him now. Think about it. Between the 6th overall pick and the 17th overall pick, Denver picked a quarterback. Denver had a draft pick. Miami had a draft pick. The Redskins had a draft pick. The Bengals had a draft pick. A bunch of quarterback-needy teams, or teams that were rumored to be drafting a quarterback. And by the way, all 4 of those teams did end up picking a quarterback. The only difference was Miami traded for Josh Rosen. The point is this. They were all rumored to maybe be drafting a quarterback, and you cannot risk another team taking away your franchise quarterback. You can't. I'm sorry. I mean, if you're willing to make that bet, good for you. I'm just not willing to. If I love a quarterback, I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm going to draft him. I'm not going to wait. I'm not willing to take that risk. And a lot of people are very mad. Like, the difference between the 6th pick and the 17th pick for a franchise quarterback, pull the trigger if that's what you believe he is. I don't know. I mean, have you ever liked a girl? I've liked a girl before and not asked her out. I thought about it, like, I should ask the girl to hang out. And you wait too long, and another guy asks her to hang out, and she starts dating another guy. And you missed out because you waited too long. You didn't pull the trigger. With a franchise quarterback with millions of dollars on the line, I am not taking that risk. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, Daniel Jones is a bad quarterback. He's not worthy of the 6th pick. If he's worthy of the 17th pick, he's definitely worthy of the 6th pick. He's a franchise quarterback, in my opinion. I like the pick. And don't forget, human interaction matters. This is not Madden we're talking about. They picked a guy, I believe they might have been able to get him in the 17th overall. Like, I think it's very possible they could have got him there. But man, if you like a guy, if you believe in him, if you connect with him, pull the trigger. I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I respect the Giants drafting the guy that they believe in. I do. I mean, they clearly like Daniel Jones. They had good relationships with him in meetings. That's who they drafted, and I respect that. I know that's weird. I know, again, people hate that, but I respect what they did. Now, people are also saying the Giants could have had Dwayne Haskins. And it's so weird to me. We act like, people make a ranking. They rank Dwayne Haskins, the 2nd quarterback, Daniel Jones, the 3rd quarterback, and then people act like their opinion is an objective fact. And the truth is, people are just splitting hairs. There's no, clear, obvious answer here, not to me. I did a deep film analysis of both guys. I watched a lot of their film. I watched every play they played. And both Daniel Jones and Dwayne Haskins made really good decisions last year. But here's what's lost on people. Here's what's very important. Daniel Jones played on a horrific Duke roster. He had awful players all around him, and Daniel Jones still found a way to win football games. Now, at Ohio State, Dwayne Haskins had NFL players all around him. In fact, 9 Ohio State football players were drafted in the 2019 NFL Draft. 2 of them were Dwayne Haskins' wide receivers. 2 of them were some of his offensive linemen, and 1 was his running back. The point is, Dwayne Haskins had NFL talent all around him. In contrast, Duke University only had 3 players total invited to the NFL Combine, let alone drafted. Daniel Jones was one of those 3, by the way. I don't know. I mean, look, yes, Dwayne Haskins put up fantastic numbers. That's great. That's awesome. But he also had a ton of help. And my point is this. If Daniel Jones had played on Ohio State's roster, his numbers would have been far better. Stop worrying about the numbers. It's very interesting to me. Yes, of course. And by the way, if he'd played at Ohio State, yeah, he would have dominated. And again, by the way, if Dwayne Haskins had played for Duke, he would not have been the same quarterback and would not have had the same great numbers. Here's what really kills me, though. This is what's very bizarre to me. A lot of people keep saying, well, watch their highlights. When you watch their highlights, Dwayne Haskins has way more throws downfield. Yeah, and the reason why that's flawed is because in order for a highlight to count, it's got to be a completed pass. Watch the plays that Daniel Jones did not complete over and over and over again. Daniel Jones hit guys in stride, and they drop passes. It's awful. Daniel Jones' highlights are not an accurate representation of the way he plays quarterback. You got to watch all the film, the good plays and the bad plays. Touchdowns were dropped over and over again when you watch Daniel Jones' film. Yes, of course, Dwayne Haskins' highlights, again, are better. He had better players around him, and his receivers actually caught the dang ball when he threw the ball downfield. I don't know. You can't just watch highlights. You got to watch film. You got to do a lot more research. And people on the surface level saying, well, yeah, Dwayne Haskins' highlights are way better, simply haven't done the research necessary to make a great determination between Daniel Jones and Dwayne Haskins. Now, there's a video on YouTube, and full disclosure, I didn't watch the video. I actually hate ESPN First Take. I think they are really good performers that make great arguments that are highly flawed and just based on emotion. But Max Kellerman, there's a video titled, Max Kellerman Says Daniel Jones Better Be a Hall of Famer One Day. That's the title of the video. The title of the video is Max Kellerman Says Daniel Jones Better Be a Hall of Famer One Day. Again, I didn't watch the video. But the point is this, the headlines we're seeing about Daniel Jones are awful. Oh my goodness. It's like, I don't know. And then Giants fans are making really terrible comments about Daniel Jones. And one part, I feel really bad for Daniel Jones. I get it. Like, Daniel Jones, I feel for the guy. But on the other hand, that's New York. And if you're going to be the New York Giants quarterback, you got to be able to handle that. And I think he can, but we're going to find out. You know, what we're going to learn about Daniel Jones in the next couple of years is what is Daniel Jones made of. But I think the truth is, I mean, look, the NFL's a business. We're going to learn what he's made of. But I really think that if New York Giants fans want their 6th overall quarterback to succeed, the best thing you can do is support the guy. I know that's weird. I know, oh, God forbid we support the player. You can be mad at Dave Gettleman all you want, but he's the quarterback they drafted, and that's not going to change. So I think the best thing, if you want Daniel Jones to succeed and you're a Giants fan, I'm not, but I play quarterback in college. I understand the mindset. The best thing you could do is support the dang guy. Now, oddly enough, I really think, my final thought is this. Between Dwayne Haskins and Daniel Jones, I think I would rather be Daniel Jones right now. Think about Daniel Jones' positioning. He's in New York. The Giants have Eli Manning, so there's no pressure for him to play anytime soon. Eventually, yes, right? They drafted him to become the next Giants quarterback. But right now, Eli Manning's the quarterback, so they can take their time, and Daniel Jones can sit and learn how to play quarterback at the NFL level. And what's even more interesting and very odd, actually, and very rare, is Daniel Jones and Eli Manning have a relationship. They've worked together before. In off seasons, they had the same quarterback coach. They've been friendly with each other, which means they're more likely to get along. That's really healthy. That's really good. I think Daniel Jones is in a situation where years from now, he could be successful because he's got the pieces around him. He's got time, he's got a good relationship, and a quarterback he can learn from. And I think Pat Shurmur is a really good offensive-minded head coach. All the things and the recipe you need for Daniel Jones to develop and become a good quarterback are there. Now think about the position of Dwayne Haskins, the quarterback with the Redskins. So they have Case Keenum, which means that Case Keenum is, let's be honest, Case Keenum and Eli Manning are not comparable quarterbacks. They're both on their way out for sure, but one is because of age and one has won 2 Super Bowls. Case Keenum is just a marginal quarterback that's not very good. So it's very likely that Dwayne Haskins is going to play far before he's ready to touch the field. And expectations are through the roof. The expectations are way up here, and they're going to put Dwayne Haskins in before he's ready. So today, right now, I think I would rather be Daniel Jones, the quarterback of the Giants. I don't know. I like the pick. I know Giants fans are angry. I understand. I like the draft pick. I think he's a good quarterback. I don't know. I think they drafted their quarterback of the future. They also, they did a good job drafting in general. They drafted Dexter Lawrence in the first round. They drafted the defensive tackle from Clemson. Then they went back in the first round and drafted a corner from Georgia, DeAndre Baker. People are super mad at the Giants. And look, I'm not a Giants fan, but I think the Giants, especially in the first round, did a lot of really good stuff in the 2019 NFL draft. I like the pick. I like the Giants drafting Daniel Jones. I know that's horrible. It's infuriating. Say whatever you want. I watched every play the guy played last year. I think he's a good quarterback who makes good decisions, and he's being put in a position where 2 or 3 years from now, he can be the franchise quarterback, and he can eventually succeed. I just want to say thank you so very much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports, and it is my favorite thing in the entire world. I love it. In fact, my dream is to someday do Strong Opinion Sports as my full-time job. If you believe in me, if you believe in that dream, please help me grow by telling your friends about the show. Share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter. Maybe you put a screenshot of it, maybe you put it on Instagram. It does me a huge help if you can tell your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Another way you can help me if you want, no pressure, I have a PayPal, paypal.me/Zach Schaumler. I also have a Patreon account, patreon.com/Zach Schaumler. It does me a huge help if you want to. Really, if you have no money to give, no problem, please. The number one thing, if you want to help Strong Opinion Sports, the number one thing you can do is help me grow by telling your friends about this podcast.